Do you ever notice that life has a way of forcing things upon you when you don't comply? That dream you had that you wouldn't do until the universe somehow orchestrated life events that brought you to your knees. Hey there, I'm Kate Wilder, and today we're diving into the 6 steps to help you break free from feeling stuck and reinvent yourself. Trust me, I've been there, and these steps have been my lifesavers. Let's kickstart your journey with these 6 steps to get you unstuck and out of resistance, which you may be feeling, right? Reinventing your life is like having a menu of endless possibilities. So first step is conduct a digital detox and sensory reset to recalibrate your senses. With so much technology in our everyday life, it's easy to tune out our feelings, isn't it? It is in these feelings that we find our intuition and answers to our life's biggest problems. So in the early stages of reinventing your life, it's normal to feel out of sorts. Emotions like fear, sadness, confusion, and grief may surface. And this is good. It is important because it's a time to reflect on your current self and let your subconscious mind rise to the surface. It holds all the answers, but it needs a calm environment. It needs a creative space. Guided relaxation music's terrific for calming and expanding your thinking. Have you found your life purpose, or would you like to now, while you're in the midst of starting over? Why not? I've been through moments that shook me to my core, like when a long-standing client suddenly vanished recently, leaving me feeling insignificant and bewildered and even unworthy. This took time to adjust after I was ghosted. It's essential to give yourself time to adjust, to find answers, and plan ahead. Daily digital detox is really good for the soul anyway. The emotional toll of an event like this, or other events, feels like hell at first. If you're feeling this way, you hang in there. During your digital detox, even if it's 5-10 minutes a day, identify what aspects of yourself or your life you want to change or improve. You know, it's not a time to beat yourself up because you're already feeling beat up, aren't you? Geez, no reason to add to this and make yourself feel worse. Don't do that to yourself. Even if you feel you did something wrong, so what? This is your reality that you're choosing to recreate right now, like a soft reinvention, a bold reinvention, or a forced hardcore reinvention. I discussed in episode 1. Some peace and quiet alone each day with intention, though. Intend to find answers. In your digital detox step, write down just 10, scooted my microphone over there. Write down just 10 things that you've wished you had the time, the courage, the money, or the resources to do. Just brainstorm. What is it your heart desires? Don't worry about the how right now. Your brain is going to try to tell you you can't do that. That's okay, though. You just keep exploring your new journey anyway. The faster you can do this, the faster you can begin creating your life to be even better than before. How I got through this period was by processing the loss by going inward first. Writing down my thoughts and feelings in a journal is a simple yet effective way to guide you. Then I also took my health by storm and made some immediate changes because I wanted to. I began the process, though, of overhauling my life on almost every level because it's all connected, body, mind, and spirit, isn't it? You don't need to tackle all of this at once, but you're going to stimulate your senses in a fresh way. Any stimulating activity that gets you in a state of mind where you can process your emotions will work. You might enjoy gardening, art, journaling about how you're feeling, getting massages, talking with a trusted family member in confidence, or practicing mindfulness techniques that focus on sensory experiences. Learn about meditation if you don't currently practice this. It deserves your full attention and complete honesty with yourself. Get out of busyness because you're not going to be able to find yourself while being busy. Take time to learn what you currently do not know and to get going to slaying those fears that stop you from having that life you want in spite of your catastrophe, whatever it is. How long you stay in this processing mode or digital detox may depend on how long you have to make your next decision, right? I mean, if you lost a much-needed job, you may need to accelerate this versus if you're retired or have resources to take a time out from life to learn more about what you want to do next. Either way, after this initial period, it's time to get going with the next step. Number 2, adopt a new perspective. It's time to shift your viewpoint and rewrite your narrative. This step is all about seeing things in a new light and welcoming change and recognizing the potential for growth in every situation. You can choose to look at your life as a precious gift, one in which you'd like to find out just how far you can go if you apply yourself to do new things in new ways or revamp old dreams. Consider this. Your current perspective is like a lens through which you view the world. It's shaped by your past experiences, beliefs, and stories you tell yourself. But here's the thing. It's not the only lens available to you. Imagine you're holding a camera with multiple interchangeable lenses. Each lens offers a different view of the same landscape. Similarly, adopting a new perspective allows you to see new possibilities. Yes, new opportunities and solutions that may have been invisible to you before. This shift doesn't mean dismissing your past or the lessons it holds. It means acknowledging that your past doesn't define your future. Let's delve deeper into how you can adopt a new perspective. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Really, a change in perspective can be very quick. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, reframe them as chances to learn, grow, and innovate. Every challenge carries with it the potential for transformation. Mindfulness allows you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. It provides clarity. When you stop judging yourself so harshly, new ideas will come to your mind. Practice gratitude and appreciation for each baby step you take toward this new life and acknowledge it. Celebrate it. It's so important to celebrate it. Take a moment each day to reflect on what you're grateful for. It could be a small win, a kind gesture, or even the lessons learned from a difficult situation. Shifting your focus to gratitude cultivates a positive outlook, and its energy tends to bring in new manifestations, situations that are magical and unexpected. Embrace change as a constant. How boring would life be without change? I mean, really. Understanding that change brings new experiences, new people, new opportunities into your life. Isn't that what makes life most interesting and exciting? You have to seek different perspectives. Engage with people who have diverse viewpoints and experiences. Listen actively and try to see the world from their eyes for a minute. It opens up your mind to new ideas and approaches you might not have even considered before. Don't be closed-minded now. Expand your openness and really consider the newness of a fresh perspective. Listen to your gut and your intuition. Don't take in others' self-limiting beliefs at this time. This is you time. If you need to go it alone for a while and keep your new dreams to yourself until they're fully formed, this is a great way to help them become reality. Sometimes you have to stay quiet. On my very first podcast, it took me 5 months to write. I wrote and rewrote it at least 30 times before recording. Even that part of the process required several times before I ended up with the version I could live with. Still not perfect, but listen to my intuition throughout the process, because that's what you have to do when you're starting a new venture. Adopting a new perspective is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice. It requires patience and self-compassion and a willingness to challenge your own assumptions. As you integrate this step into your new journey, you'll find it opens doors and possibilities you may not previously have considered. Stay open-minded. So are you ready to see the world through a fresh perspective, a fresh new camera lens? This step can be approached with such an open heart and an adventurous spirit. Then watch how it transforms your path to reinventing your life. If you're enjoying this so far, please do hit that like button for me, won't you? And enjoy the free download I have for you in the description. It's just a link, real quick. This leads me to the next step, to explore outside of your comfort zone. Yes, think outside of the box now. What you do will affect the rest of your life, so why not make it something you always wished for? Why not? If you have to start over and you're being forced to reinvent yourself, then go for it. Think big. You're in the in-between state where dreams can be created and recreated. When bad things happen, like being pushed out of a career or a death in the family, there's opportunity to take your life in new directions. Yes, you have to grieve, but you still have time to start fresh and figure out that which you've always wanted to do in life. You're not going to allow yourself to settle and fall back, are you? Not when you have this chance in front of you. This one moment in time that you can decide to change your future and not settle for the most logical step. The easy step may put you back in your comfort zone, but that's not where you grow. My friends, this is what a comfort zone is. The comfort zone is the place where dreams go to die. Take time to get back in touch with something you thought about doing for a long time. Isn't enough payout at the end, so you'd rather stay stuck to settle in life? Or perhaps you're a workaholic that doesn't want to be alone. Or what if you're in a worn out relationship you're staying in because life alone would be way too scary? What if you're so bored with your job you can hardly get up in the morning and go there? Is this any way to live? Are you honoring your God-given talents and joy by squashing your dreams? Meaningful change requires pushing yourself beyond that comfort zone. Be willing to learn whatever you need in order to start that special something you've dreamed of. What do you deeply desire? What do you want? What's on the list that you'd be willing to start to explore? Put a quick comment below for me and let me know what you're thinking about. I'd like to know. When you're willing to start at the beginning, you can do anything. Let that sink in. When you're willing to start at the beginning, you can do anything. But most of us don't want to start at the beginning, especially as we get older. We want to skip ahead and not look stupid. But you can't start something you've never done before without first a little bit of knowledge, right? You agree? This could involve trying new experiences, taking risks, and most definitely confronting fears. Discomfort, you know what, is a sign that you're on the path to growth and development. It should feel uncomfortable when you begin challenging your old life up against your new one that isn't yet created. Reinventing yourself calls upon deep reserves of courage. See my little courage sign over here? This is something I have to keep in my mind every single day. If you had already stopped living your life with vitality before this reinvention time, then why not ditch that old way right now? You know, our old habits die hard, but is that any excuse not to try? This isn't the dress rehearsal, and you can do this. This next step is one of my favorite oldies but goodies you can use to elevate your life each step of the way. This is step 4. Create a new picture of yourself. Dream, think, visualize, dare to be bold. I mean really bold, bolder than you've ever been before. Reinventing your life is like navigating a new city, exploring streets, discovering hidden gems that enrich your life's journey. This is a new picture of yourself. You can be whatever you want, and it's time to slay those fears stopping you from even imagining a new life. Visualization really is a powerful tool because it aligns your subconscious mind with your conscious mind and goals. You're at both the end and the beginning at the same time. This is the duality of life. Imagining a new you and then creating a plan to go for it and becoming that over time. Yes, you can do this. You owe it to yourself, perhaps taking a bigger risk than you have before in order to find more fulfillment. Think of this. In risk lies rewards. In risk lies failures. In risk lies living a life that's more exciting, maybe than you've even considered before. Really, no matter your age, if you're 30 or 60 or 90, really doesn't matter. You're alive. So one of consciously creating your new life with a passion is though you're on a mission. You know what? Because you are. You are on a mission. If you're being honest with yourself, is it really too late? Or are you just lazy, complacent, or insecure? So am I. We all are, aren't we? Do you want the easy way out and not feel any discomfort? It doesn't work that way because stretching and growing is uncomfortable by its very nature. Don't we all deserve to live according to what is put in our hearts and not settle? Even if that means making big changes to get there? Whatever is your situation, I'm only asking that you explore the uncomfortable questions and then challenge them. Why do you stay stuck in unhappy situations? If those fears are so big that you cannot even allow yourself to entertain the possibility of a new life, Maybe trying to ask yourself why you're settling for less than a better life. This is a time to privately be brutally honest with yourself. Even if you're happy, even if after a devastating loss, you can turn your life around in time. I knew 15 years ago I wanted to start this YouTube channel, but instead of doing it then, I continued with my third business, my marketing company. I did this work to help my clients grow online rather than doing it for myself. But this dream was always there. Do you have one of those too? Ultimately, I was forced onto my knees to find courage reserves and bring that old dream to light and actually do it this time. See, I didn't choose this path fast enough. Have you ever had that happen to you? So somehow the universe or whatever forces did it for me in the most unexpected manner possible, out of nowhere, with consequences to both my inner life and my finances. I wrote these steps in this video to share these stories because I've used them to reinvent my life now for the fourth time. Here's another tidbit for you. When a dream won't go away, you have no choice but to honor it. All right, so the next step, stop saying these things. If only, I can't, and I'm not. Creating that new picture of yourself, it involves giving yourself permission to also stop negative voices in your head that are telling you can't do that. And just start exploring who you want to become. If the sky was the limit, write down as many ways as you catch yourself thinking and saying, I can't, if only, I'm not. It's the best thing for your mental health to start noticing. Are you an if only habiter? If only you were younger. If only you had more money. If only you had more energy. If only you were smarter. Are you an I can'ter? I can't do that. I can't get unstuck. I can't decide. I can't let go. Are you an I'm notter? I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not energetic enough. I'm not driven or motivated enough. The truth is, you can just as easily tell yourself you can, and you are. And you will get unstuck and get into action. Getting unstuck is the first step of start reinventing your life. So, did you know your subconscious mind cannot take a joke? It's true. It's been proven with scientific studies and through the history of science. Your subconscious mind believes what you tell it. There are techniques you can do to trick your mind into believing the new thoughts and beliefs. This is why affirmations and other modalities are always so powerful. They do work. Every time you think or say words like I can't, you're telling your brain the truth. It believes you. So you are right when you say you can't. Then you can't. You're right when you say you can. Then you can. Even when you don't really mean it, these powerful little words have an impact on your belief system. We think 60,000 thoughts every single day. And did you know most of those thoughts are the same ones you thought yesterday and the day before? So unless you begin pattern interrupts, your life will likely stay the same caliber as it is now. It's the law of the universe, and it applies to all of us. Whether you study science, quantum physics, spirituality, or examine your life and self-development, or you don't study this at all, you get what you put out there. What you think about is what you will draw into the world. Electricity, airplanes, cell phones, everything started with a thought, brought all the way into reality by people with enough courage to see it through, failure after failure, before getting it right. It's so silly when you think about it. One big failure, and many people are just done. Done with living life and too afraid to try again. But that's not you, is it? Listen, Elon Musk talks extensively about how he includes failure as part of the process of his success. You have the power to manifest your dreams and goals, to reinvent your life in the way your heart most desires, but do you have the ability? Are you willing to learn to get the ability for that which you do not currently know in order to get there? That's a great step to start with. Consciously creating your new life does mean empowering your manifesting abilities, because you're manifesting every single day you're alive, whether you know it or not. The trick is to begin learning how to harness your thoughts and manifesting skills and direct this energy info into what you want rather than creating that which you do not. Let's assume this is true and that every word counts. Every thought goes out into the collective consciousness, and there it is formed. It's alive and well. You're vibrating at a certain frequency and receiving things that are on the level of right where you are. It's like radio frequencies tuning in. So at this delicate time in your life of reinvention, correct thoughts to think and correct beliefs to believe so you can ditch the beliefs you don't want any longer. It's all in your hands, and it is your choice. You're not a victim of your circumstance, and neither am I. Yes, even in the case of abuse or death of someone you love, your choice now is to carry victim energy around with you or acknowledge this loss while you give yourself permission and, of course, the time to grieve, to create a whole new world while you're still alive. Your loved one may be gone, your job, your relationship, your home, your prior world may be gone through devastation, but your beliefs and your dreams are not. You are still so important. You still have time left to try something you've dreamed about. If it's within your physical nature or limitations, do it. The world is filled with stories of people having triumph over tragedy and just coming out stronger. Just don't let fear win. If you stay with my podcast and channel, you will practice getting over fear. I'm going to be bold here and make the assumption that you may be sick and tired of living a life where nothing's great, nothing's really wrong, but you're bored. If you know there's more for you out there and you're not sure how to get it, but you want to learn, hang in. Welcome fear and failure as part of your process. It's time to bring fear and failure out of the closet and into the open. Here's a big question for you. How closeted are your fears? Are your fears so severe that you won't even talk about them or share them openly with another human being? Do you work hard to make everything rosy in your world? It's all got to be nice and feel good all the time. You know, there's such a thing as toxic positivity. So acting so nice and perfect all the time is not being genuine. It's not your fault, though, because society makes us shut up. So many topics are taboo, and in that taboo-ness lies stigma. We're not allowed to show we're human. Because those who do are harshly judged for being weak, stupid, or outcasts in society. If that's the case, sign me up. That includes me. But when it comes to the subject of fear and its coin flip, courage, I do have a lot to say about this, starting right here, right now, with the fact that you may be afraid to talk about your fears. You know, that's okay, but it's not going to get you further ahead. I felt this way too on my journey to put my face on camera, and my closest friends know. I did talk about my fears, but I didn't stay there. I wasn't going to let it stop me. Well, because these fears, you have to acknowledge them, and vulnerability are the first steps to facing any fear. We're ruled and run by fear all over the globe right now. It's practically our root emotion these days. So let's talk about it. We can't possibly move into courage without first acknowledging the fear that holds us hostage, freezing you and me in place where you don't belong and you don't deserve to be. Think of fear this way. Fear is like a dark passenger. If you've ever watched the series Dexter, okay, if you have, please, you have to comment. Yes, Dexter. If you're a Dexter fan, please let me know. You might be able to relate to this. Dark passenger. Think of fear as this dark passenger hanging around all the time that you didn't invite in, but he won't leave, or she. When doing the right thing that you're afraid of, this passenger's hold, it's hold on you that lessens and you gain empowerment. So begin by being willing to share your fears. You're not weak, but strong for being willing to do this. This step is a pathway to opening your courage reserves that will resolve the fear and get you going in the right direction, especially in times of hardcore reinvention, and most certainly in times of both bold and soft reinventions of your life. Remember the 3 types. Now, at this point of the video, you might be wondering how you can turn fear into courage and shift the passenger of fear out of your day. There is a 7th and most important secret, and I'm going to share it in the next video, the honey badger mindset. Do you know the magic of the honey badger and how it applies to human behavior? No? Well, you won't want to miss this next video. It's a lot of fun, and it's going to help reframe your fears into courage. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell too, because there's more coming. I hope you enjoyed these 6 steps. Stay tuned for Honey Badger next. Thanks for watching.